A new electric vehicle, a new 13th brand. Is this a new Volkswagen?
Well, we've always said that Volkswagen is more than just a diesel crisis. Volkswagen is a company that is looking ahead confidently, and as such we're looking at ideas and concepts that describe the future of mobility. And you said it yourself, there's the Volkswagen ID, a car for the automotive future in terms of its design, but also the cabin space and the feeling you have inside such a car, and then the man-machine interface, which is well thought out in this car. Then there is this other initiative, the 13th brand, which will be located, headquartered in Berlin. They're going to focus on mobility services. Volkswagen has launched a plethora of initiatives. We're going to work on our expertise in building good cars, but at the same time we want to develop new competencies that have to do with mobility services. There's this partnership with Get, and I think this is a good example. So I think a lot of work is ahead.
This sounds like it costs a lot in terms of investment. How can you compete against Apple, Tesla, your rival auto companies, which have deep pockets, when you are indeed still facing billions that you have to pay?
Well, thank God the automotive industry and mobility is not just about money. It is also about the ability to design and develop things properly, and Volkswagen has an excellent team, 600 people who are committed to this company. They are very well trained. We're going through a process of transformation, and of course we're also changing the structure of our workplaces, but we're going to manage that well and combine and match the old world with the new world, so that at the end of the day customers will benefit.
Are there any areas that you feel aren't changing quickly enough within the business?
Well, I think the Volkswagen Group has addressed all the issues that we need to address for the future. Now, admittedly, in the past there were some deficits. We used to be a company that was a bit cumbersome with a very hierarchical organizational structure, but we are working on these issues. We're also going to change our culture. We want to be a bolder company with a fresh design, an open-minded, transparent company that is also willing and prepared to admit that it made a mistake, a modern, a state-of-the-art company.
All the time we're still waiting for certain numbers to appear from the DOJ in America. Are you thinking you will get this announcement by this year? Would you like it this year? And indeed, how will it affect your future growth if it is significantly large?
Well, it is not for me to tell the DOJ about deadlines, but we would love to have a settlement this year with the DOJ and with the civil authorities, because we need a sound and stable planning basis. You said that the future in the automotive industry is going to cost a lot of money. We have to pay fines in the US, and this money will not be available for future development. So we need a sound, stable planning basis so that we can look ahead.
Is there any number that's too big?
Gibt es jetzt Zahl, die zu groß ist? Well, basically, any figure is too big, whatever it is, because, you know, we made a huge mistake, we admitted it, and we're going to pay for that. I can't give you a figure, we'll just have to wait and see.
And electric vehicles, give me more in terms of the faster demand is needed, particularly here in Europe. China has been subsidizing, helping grow the demand. What do you need to see to help fuel the demand for electric vehicles that help therefore push the amounts that you're going to have?
Well, it's interesting to see that, especially in Germany, the market for e-mobility is not developing as expected. Maybe this is because we do not have enough range for our cars or because of the lack of a charging infrastructure, but we're working, and people are working on both of these issues, and I expect that these problems will be solved between now and the end of the decade. You mentioned China. China is doing a lot. 40% of electric cars this year will be delivered into the Chinese market. So I think China is really a pioneer in this regard, and we're also going to look at this market too.